two main settings of the book are Venice specifically in terms of Italy, and then Russia. There's an element of the story set in Leningrad, and then a large part of it as well is set on the Eastern Front during the war. And I mean, in terms of why that was of interest to me at that time, I'd always had an interest in the Second World War when I was a kid. I grew up in the 70s, had an Action Man, an army uniform, all of that kind of thing. Used to read the war comics. And back in around 2000, I'd started reading about the Second World War again, and I think the first book I picked up was Antony Beevor's Stalingrad. And I also read a couple of books by Italians, one Curzio Malaparte, and that was The Vulgarizers in Europe, who was an Italian journalist who was in Russia during the Second World War and also on the Finnish front. And also The Sergeant in the Snow, which is a memoir by a member of the Italian Alpini who actually was lucky enough to make it back to Italy towards the end of the war. So all these things came together, I guess. And then it was a case of fitting together all those elements, the quote, Russia, Italy, particularly Venice, into a love story, essentially.
Okay.